Welcome everybody to Behind the Screen. I guess I should have said this was going to happen on the Twitters, but apparently I didn't. So let's just do that now. So Behind the Screen is the show that we haven't done in a while because my Monday Night D&D campaigns have been on hiatus. Going live. What? Campaign. So Behind the Screen, sorry about that, is the show that I've been doing every now and then. One sec. Where we fifth time saying this. It's the show where we plan this D&D campaign from the Monday night group that I run. The Monday night group is just me and my friends that live in the city that we all get together and play every other Monday night usually. But the last couple of months things have been crazy and we haven't really gotten a chance to play. And then the months before that it's just been awkward timing, so we haven't actually been doing Behind the Screen in a while. But life is settling down and we're finally able to start again. Recently they TPK'd and we've got part of the party back, and they've just run around and did a couple of things. I haven't given them any names of any places that they should are or ought to be. So let's pick a new location for them to start out at. Kind of like them to be sort of near a big city, but not near enough, big enough city that it should matter. Maybe something like this. Maybe I could put them over in this region. No, I'm going to put them down here. This is where they're going to be. There's a lot of stuff to do in this marsh. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll put them in and Ansdreth and Ansdreth is where we'll put them. So let's open up our handy dandy notepad. Party is in Ansdreth. Then what? What should I do? Look at that. Pull all that crap out of my pants. What should their mission be? Their first level, they've just recovered this missing girl. Let's not send them into the marsh yet. Let's get them acquainted with the marsh. Let's let them get them. I think a good way to do this would be someone is like a frog fisherman, a frogger or something that's gathering frogs and lizards from the marsh to bring home to eat in Farstone. Comes across a bunch of corpses that are being fed to the marsh, and the party must investigate the murder of these corpses. But then we're going to have to create a whole murder mystery thing, which is not bad. It's just time consuming, which you could do. But we're not going to have a lot of time today because everyone's got half the party needs to make new characters. So we can't plan for a full day quest. We could do a half quest today. Or I could get them I don't want them to just make characters and then dick around without. I want them to feel like they've made some progress today. So maybe a small quest. Maybe something that gets them on a larger quest, like a slightly larger quest, like a 2 or 3 session quest. What if they... Give me 20 crocodile feet. No, no, no. Never farm items in D&D. It's a waste of time. It's so boring. It's so boring in MMOs too. It's bad gameplay design. No roleplay today. What do we do here? A lot of time, so we could go murder mystery. We could do Hmm. We could say, what can we say? Because I want them to start to develop a fear of the marsh. I don't want them to go in the marsh anytime soon. I want to hang out here for a while, but I want them to learn to fear the marsh. How do we teach them to fear the marsh? Well, what sorts of marsh creatures can they not take? What sort of nasty thing that could totally destroy them could live in the marsh? And maybe they have to. Maybe they fight one of its offspring. No. Maybe. See, what I would like to do is give them some creature that they probably can't take on. Let's say just for the sake of example, um, like a black dragon, right? They can't take a black dragon at level 1. So they go into the marsh, they have to, get something out of the dragon's den. They go to get something out of the dragon's den, they encounter the dragon, they have to sneak away without being encountered. I'd like them to do something like that, but I can't trust them to actually try and sneak into a black dragon's lair and get out. I figure if they snuck into a black dragon's lair, they'd probably get eaten, which is okay, kind of. No, I don't want them all to get eaten. I want to make them terrified of it. What if, maybe not a dragon, but what other nasty creature could they have to deal with in a. See, the issue is that it can't be an intelligent creature, so it can't be. If it's smart, it will chase them down. It'll have preparations. Blah blah blah. It has to be some sort of like big, dumb, stupid thing that they can outsmart or outmaneuver easily, but then still be terrified of it. Maybe like a giant slug. Giant slugs are pretty sweet. Hmm. A, B, C, D, E, F, G for giant. Unless it's under S for slug, which it might be. H, I, J, K. Giant slugs are huge or omnivorous, means not intelligent. Subterranean wet areas. Okay, so Devouring Marsh is perfect for them. Mhm. Hmm. Can burrow through 1 foot of earth or 6 inches of wood per round, making western barriers useless against it. Because of lack of bones, thick rubbery hides, giant slugs are not hindered by blunt weapons or spells that cause crushing or impact damage. Only edged and pointed weapons and magical attacks can harm a giant slug. All right, so what sort of giant slug? Why should they have to go into the giant slug lair? Movement rate is 6, so they should be able to outrun it as long as there's no dwarves. Hmm. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. At the tavern one night. So now, wife and child go out into the swamp to collect some frogs. How would they know that it was a giant slug that took them? Wouldn't. Okay. Ambitious son, from time to time, search the lair of giant slug that. All right, so at the tavern one cold night, the party overhears this tale of woe by a frogger. His ambitious son would from time to time search the lair of a giant slug that lived in the swamp. Sometimes there'd be good food there, sometimes there'd be some small treasure from a monster or people the slug would devour. The slug would devour, not it would devour. Oops. His son left this morning and is usually back by mid-afternoon, but he didn't come back today. He didn't, but this day he didn't return. The farmer is worried about his son. Farmer is worried the slug got the poor boy. Farmer has one leg, so he is incapable of going after his son. Boom. That seems very straightforward, right? So, party gets to the slug lair. Yeah, the farmer can give them more or less directions. On the way, do they have any encounters on the way? Do they get to fight anything on the way to the slug lair? What about something nasty, something they don't want to fight? Maybe a poisonous snake. Yeah, we'll give them some sort of poisonous snake. And if someone gets bitten by the poisonous snake and dies, well, then so be it. Mm. Recently, a hmm. Alright, so if the party inquires for more information, the farmer will tell them recently some people had gone missing in the swamp, and his son had hoped to reclaim their valuables if they were actually eaten by the slug. He further warns the party that this is filled with dangerous animals who will devour anyone who dares get in their way. Hmm. Farmer specifically, oh my god, warns the party of poisonous snakes. What other awful things could be in a swamp? Mm. Witches and hags that live out there. Yeah, crocodiles are quite obvious. I might put them in, I might not. Mm. Hmm. Massive crocs, hydras, uh, massive lizards the size of elephants, multi-headed monsters. Hydras don't breathe fire, do they? Multi-headed monsters who cannot be slain. Um, and all manner of evil. Of evil beasts. Mm. However, he knows the way to the He knows his way to the slug's lair and begs the party to save his son, offering. There we go. Done. Whoops. Let's move this over here. Cool. So, on the way, they will. Oh, that's right. They were going to encounter a snake, right? Nasty, poisonous snake. Hmm. Maybe two snakes. Maybe a pair of snakes. Okay. They encounter a pair of snakes. Um. I think they should do 2 to 8 points of damage on a failed saving throw. I bet it takes 2 to 12 rounds to set on. Okay. So type 10 poison. Page 320. Mm, 2+1. Hit die. +1 to hit. AC 14. Movement 15. In the lair, they find 3 baby giant slugs eating the body of the boy. Alright. Baby giant slugs are not a real creature. Well, they're not in the Monsters Manual. LMNOP. So let's say a baby slug. It's going to have 3 hit dice. 4 hit dice. AC 12. How much damage does the full slug does 4d8 points of damage, but for the baby slug, it should be d6 points of damage. %. Chance to hit, -10 hit at 5 feet, -10% for every. So it should be 90% chance to hit is just dumb. Okay, so let's rework the way the slugs work, because it says just giant slugs have a 90% chance to spit acid at someone within 10 yards, which is stupid, and -10% for every 10 yards thereafter. So I would rather have that say they get +15 to attack and at 5 feet, and every 5 feet beyond that, they get a -1 to attack. But well, okay, plus 18 to hit would be 90%, right? At least it would be to hit AC 20. What about AC 10? To hit AC 10, you would only need plus 8 to hit, right? Yeah, because then a 10 would be an 18, which is a 90%. Okay, so plus 8 to hit, -1 to hit for every 5 feet away from the slug. So we'll just call it +9 to hit. -1 to hit for every 5 feet away from the slug. So that means if you're 5 feet away from the slug, you're at -1, which is at +8, which is 90%. Perfect. Bite for. Normally bite for D12. These guys are small. Have them bite for D4. Well, yeah, 4D8 is way more than D12. Cool. Bite for D4. And they have +11 like that, so we'll have their bite be +3. Their bite is pretty shitty. Okay, treasure in the lair will be. um, 10 minutes in the lair. After 10 minutes in the lair, the giant slug comes home. Boom. At which point, hopefully, they run. I guess I should have said movement 4. There we go. That's behind the screen, everybody. Well, I don't know if we should call it a day yet, but this is the plan. Giant's treasure, no treasure. Okay, so they'll go through all this, do all this, come back, no treasure. But they'll have rescued the sun. Total experience. Let's add up the experience for the baby slugs. Okay. Baby slugs have 4 hit dice. They have AC 12. Hit bonus is, let's say it averages out to 7. Attacks. Intel is non-intelligence. Whoops. Damage, sorry, is low. Intel is none. Special defense is weak. You can slip through walls. Well, that's moderate. Weapon resistance, immune to 1 type. Poison. Okay. So each baby slug gives 432. So that's 1296 experience. The 2 snakes are both, what, 2.25 here. AC 14. Hit bonus is 1. Tax is 1. damage is very low. Poison is 2 to 8, so weak damage. Each of those are 81. Okay. So 81 times 2 is what? 162, right? Yes, my math is working. Plus quest to find the sun. Okay, let's put it this way. If they find the sun, so this should be 1, 3, 4, 5, right? Yeah, 4, 5, 8. 5, yeah. If they return the son to the father, plus 500 EXP. If they tell the father of the son, plus 250 EXP. If they peace out and don't return, plus 0 XP. All right. Yeah, that sounds about right. That seems fair to me. Yeah. What are we working on? We're working on the D&D campaign for Monday nights. That's what this is. We're pretty much set. We've figured out where they're going to be. Oh, we should name the town they're doing all this in. Farstone. There we go. Farmer. His name is going to be Carl Hitchens. Son is going to be Carlos. No. Oh God, how do you spell Carlos? It's going to be embarrassing. Carlos. Oh no, actually. Yeah. Carlos Hitchens. 10 from Anonymous. Has a blade of jagged cut. Keeps the quickest hand out shut. Goes in dark. Wears a ring. When is quiet. Has a blade of jagged cut, keeps the quickest hand out shut, goes in darkness, wears a ring, one is quiet, many sing. Before the day on morning's blue, its presence so makes its way to you. A day of the gods, trust you, in solemn we shall meet. Wow. Anonymous continues again. I don't know what this is all about, but someone's got some plans for Adea. And for those of you who don't know who Adea is Anna Prosser's new character in Misclicks. So interesting. Yes, that was an EXP calculator. That is secret and hidden. But this is it for Behind the Screen. That's it, guys. I'm going to kill the stream, and we're not going to stream anymore today because I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut highlights from the marathon stream. I'm going to start doing all sorts of stuff relating to that. So there probably won't be any more actual streaming today, but I will start making highlights of the marathon stream and getting that fun stuff up and going. And when that's ready to be released, I'll slowly leak it out on YouTube. Got some other stuff I'm working on, but more or less normal week as usual. I will see you guys tomorrow for Misclicks D&D. Yeah, yeah. We'll see you guys there. Take care. Bye bye.